the first event of this. Welcome to the Garden of Memories. I want to tell you how it got started a little bit. Everett Aldrich became the president of the auxiliary by default. Somebody moved and somebody got sick. So he conceived this idea of planting bulbs. He's embarrassed. Anyway, because a man has never in years been head of the auxiliary, his theme is change. So we changed from the Tree of Lights, which was the Thursday after Thanksgiving, because of the weather and everything, and we just wanted to make everything a change. And he has access to bulbs, so he conceived the idea of planting bulbs every year. We've started out here. In fact, I thought it was going to be in this garden, but they're over there. They planted over 100 last fall. And every year we're going to plant more bulbs and more bulbs, and all around the hospital and down the walk. I've never seen it behind the hospital. So it's a new beginning for everybody, and this is really very exciting to see so many of you here. I want to give special thanks to Chris and her volunteers and her staff. She's done practically everything, the programs, and she's sort of taken over, which is great. I also want to thank Laurie Morgan, who she tracks the names. I track them, but she tracks them. And Barbara Holland, who writes in this book, you might like to look at it afterwards, that records the names. And Sheila Chase, who helps me set up the tables and take down the tables and the boxes. So I think with no further ado, we will let the program run for it by itself. It really is going to be good, I think. Thank you.
Like a program.
Good evening. Have you ever tried to enter the long black branches of others' lives? Tried to imagine what the crisp fringes full of honey hanging from the branches of the young locust trees in early morning feel like? Do you think this world was only an entertainment for you? Never to enter the sea and notice how the water divides with perfect courtesy to let you in. Never to lie down on grass as though you were the grass. Never to leap to the air as you open your wings over the dark acorn of your heart. No wonder we hear in your mournful voice the complaint that something is missing from your life. We can open the door who does not reach for the latch. Who can travel the miles who does not put one foot in front of the other, all attentive to what presents itself continually? Who can behold the inner chapter who has not observed with admiration, even with rapture, the outer stone? Well, there is time left. Fields everywhere invite you into them. And who cares? Who will chide you if you wander away from wherever you are to look for your soul? Quickly, then get up. Put on your coat and leave your desk. To put one foot into the door of the grass, which is the mystery, which is death as well as life, as not to be afraid. to set one foot in the door of death and be overcome with amazement, to sit down in front of the weeds and imagine God, 10-fingered, sailing out of his house of straw, nodding his way and that to the flowers of the present hour, to the song falling out of your mockingbird's pink mouth, to the tippets of the honeysuckle that have opened in the night, to sit down like a weed among the weeds and rustle in the wind. Listen, are you breathing just a little, calling it life? While the soul, after all, is only a window. And the opening of the window, no more difficult than the wakening from a sleep. Only last week, I went among the thorns and said to the wild roses, deny me not, but suffer my devotion. Then, all afternoon, I sat among them. Maybe I even heard a curl or a toe of music, damp, rogue, red, hurrying from their stubby buds, from their delicate, watery bodies. For how long will you continue to listen to those dark shouters? Caution, prudence, fall in, fall in. A woman standing in the weeds. A small boat flounders in the deep waves. And what's coming next is coming with its own heave and grace. Meanwhile, once in a while, I have chanced among the quick things upon the immutable. What more could one ask? And I would touch the faces of the daisies, and I would bow down to think about it. That was then, which has not ended yet. Now the sun begins to swing down. Under the peach light, I cross the fields and the dunes. I follow the ocean's edge. I climb, I backtrack, I float, I ramble my way home. Thank you.
We remember Chieko Judy Aldrich, Della Mae Aldrich, Anna Armayana, Frank I'm saying this one. Amarena. Okay. Robert Amarena Jr., Vernon Barr, Cara Barilla, Francis Barilla, Florence Batchelder, Donald Bellavance, Jean Bellavance, Elizabeth Temple Blodgett, Anna Bogat, Casimir Bogat, Nina Bogat, Donna Mae Bonetta, Adelaide Both, the Bothfeld family, Ruth Breck, Wanda Bresnahan, Winifred Herdo, Catherine F. Cardoza, Val Carlson, Poppy Clark, Albert H. Collins, Cecilia E. Collins, Charles P. Collins, Reverend John D. Cornelius, Margaret Cornelius, Barbara Dahl, Frank DeSimone, Mary DeSimone, John Donahue, Joseph Donahue, Kay Donahue, Rita Donahue, Cecilia Doyle, Francis Doyle, Frank Doyle, Renee Dragg, Robert Durkee, Charles Eaton.
I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the song of God discloses. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet. The birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I stay in the garden with him, though the night around me is falling. But he bids me go through the voice of woe. His voice to me is calling. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none
The spring, and I say spring knowing that it's almost June, the spring is a time for rebirth and growth and a fresh look at the world. Through this candle ceremony, we offer the following celebration as a gift to you and your families, and we light these candles in honor of you and your loved ones. And as we do that, we light one for grief, one for our courage, one for our memories, and one for our love.
The light of the first candle represents our grief. The pain of losing you is intense. It reminds us of the depth of our love for you.
The light of this second candle represents our courage to confront our sorrow, to comfort each other, to change our lives.
This third candle is a light for all of our memories of you, to the times we laughed, the times we cried, the times we were angry with each other, the silly things you did, the caring and the joy you gave us.
The light of the fourth candle is the light of our love. As we enter this holiday season, day by day, we cherish the special place in our hearts that will always be reserved for you. We thank you for the gift your life brought to each of us. We love you always.
From grains of sun.
We remember Rita Eaton, William Eaton, Fred Eggers, Margaret Eggers, Nancy Fita, Charles Fisher, Edna Fisher, Jessica Renee Fritzl, Junior Gendron, Carl Giordano, Kathleen Guy, Mabel Harrigan, Thomas Harrigan, Mr. and Mrs. Merle Hesseltine, Bert Howells, Faye Florence Hubble, Diane Hurt, Alyssa Judson, Al Jurius, Joseph Kaufman, Irene Keenan, Oliver Keenan, Doris Kinson, Harold Kotok, Libby Kotok, George Kovarik, Eugene Landock, Edna Laracy, Anne-Marie Lavoie, Mr. and Mrs. Antonio Lavoie, Lawrence Lavoie, Raymond Mallory Jr., Pat Martin, Fausta McCullough, Warren McDonald, Eleanor McVie, Nina Essie McVie, Robert L. McVie, the Merritt family, Aunt Lily, Catherine Michaud, Donald Moffett, Janice Moffett.
Faded photograph, covered now with lines and creases, tickets torn in half, memories in bits and pieces, traces of love,
We remember Marion Moffett, William Moffett, Neil George Morgan, Gisela Morgan, John Morrill, Alice Nelson and Kathy Nelson, Opie Opolinski, Carrie Pizzi and Tony Pizzi, June Probst, Laura Rancourt and Phil Rancourt, Jean Reed, Frank Ricigno, Patsy Solomon, Madeline Sampson and Sam Sampson, George Santee, Donna Schaefer, Edwin A. Schmidt, James Sherwood Sr., Brisson Shipley, Loretta Silver, Kenneth Smalley Jr., Doris B. Smith, Edward Soren, Charles C. Starr, Janet K. Starr, John C. Starr, Fanny Sundman and Maynard Sundman, Gladys Thomas, Harold Thomas, Sandy Waits, Charles Walther, Richard Warden, Ippolet Yanushko and Lydia Yanushko, Lily, Annie Whitcomb, and Mary Butte.
When I Am Gone by Kurt Singer. When I am gone, and the gardens that I made are left behind, and perhaps you have missed me, for some particular day perfumed with hawthorn bloom, and the earthy smell of spring, perhaps lilac vaguely coming from a distance. Rake aside last November's sodden leaves, and find new growth there. Spake my name to the earth, and I will come. And you will not hear my voice, but I will be there. Please remember me, for I will be gone forever.
Again, thank you so much for coming. This is a really good turnout, and I hope you enjoyed the program. There are tea sandwiches, punch, iced tea, and water, and cookies. So help yourself, and it's not raining yet, so, and it's warm. We can stroll outside and look at the gardens if you want. Thank you, Sophie.